What if I told you you could take the snacks you buy from the store and sell them to your classmates for a profit and make money using the best method of making money as a teen? Yes, it's entirely possible, and in fact, tens of thousands of snack sellers worldwide have seen massive success selling snacks at school. So why couldn't you sell too? So today I'm going to show you the complete guide to selling snacks at school, so you could do this too at your school with minimum effort. You might be thinking, how hard could it be to sell snacks? I'll just whip out my Skittles in class and sell it. No, firstly, do not do that. You need to be a strategic snack seller. Whipping it out can only send you straight to the principal's office. So make sure you follow the tactics in this guide to be successful selling candy. Timestamps are below, but I recommend you watch in order, so you do not mess up the essentials. If you are new, make sure to subscribe and join the Candy Cartel now. Let's just get right into it. Part 1. The essentials. Before we could get to the fun part, making those Benjamins at school, we need to quickly cover the essentials before you step foot on campus with snacks. Let's start off with the first step to selling candy, a proper restock. Essentially, when it comes to restocking, there's 4 types of stores: bulk, general, dollar, and online stores. Of course, for bulk stores, you have your Sam's Clubs and Costco. General stores are like Walmart and Target. You also have your dollar stores, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, where everything just costs $1, obviously. And your online stores, where you could order snacks online. Each one has their advantages and disadvantages. For example, a bulk store, you do have to pay an annual membership. However, you could buy your supply at much cheaper price per unit, which means every sale you make greater profit. So if you do not have access to that, however, I do recommend you start off with a general or dollar store, or even look online to see if there's any good snacks you could sell. Nowadays, there's a lot of good snacks you can restock online, so I highly recommend you search out what you can get and get the best deal so you can make the most profit per sale of each snack you sell. And of course, what are you going to restock on? You want to get the most popular snacks available. Essentially, there's 5 categories, I would say. There's candy, there's chocolate, chips, I would go with hot chips, drinks, and pastries. Now, there's a lot of good snacks that I could list out here in this video, but it will make it too long. So click the top right corner to see a tier list where I list out the best snacks to sell in my experience. Make sure you have some good variety. You don't want to stick with one item and put all your eggs in one basket. Get a good variety of snacks so people have choice when you're selling snacks at school. So you appeal to different people's tastes and interests. So if people don't like chips, they will like chocolate. So a good variety increases your sales overall.
Thank you, Papi Chulo, for giving me the free candy. Subscribe and like his videos.
Congratulations to this video's free candy winner. Every single video I give free candy to a lucky seller. If you want to jumpstart your candy selling career with a free pack, make sure to like this video and comment candy down below. How do you properly pack your bag to be ready to sell as much candy as possible and as efficiently as possible? Essentially, you're going to want to stick with the bag that you're least likely to get caught in, but also maximize your supply. Obviously, there's different types. You could use your making backpack where you carry all your notes. You could also use a duffel bag, a drawstring, lunchbox, and maybe some small accessory bags that you use for your school supplies. Now, I would go with the one that will help you stay the most low-key at your school. If your school allows duffel bags and there's a lot of athletes, go ahead and bring one and then blend in. If your school is super strict and requires clear bags, use your main backpack. Add it next to your lunch. Have a decoy lunchbox and say, this snack is just for me. I share with my friends. So go ahead and pick the bag that best fits your school level and try to maximize the amount of supply you bring inside of it. So make sure you pack your bag for easy access and to compact the supply to bring as much as possible without squishing them. You will need to maximize the supply you bring in your bag because every snack you bring is a potential sale. But here are some reminders you need to do every single night before you go to school. Prepare your snacks at night. When it comes to drinks and chocolate, I would say go ahead and put them in the freezer. Now, with your drinks, during the day they're going to thaw out and they're going to become slushy. That means they're going to be nice and cool for your customers. That increases the value of the drinks and you could charge a premium for that. And when it comes to chocolate, it resists melting. So if you're in a hot climate just like me, I would freeze them and it resists melting and keep them out of direct sunlight and they'll last the entire day without melting. Also, make sure to bring change for a 20 at least. I'd say bring 10 $1 bills and 2 $5 bills, and that's perfect for the day. As you sell, you will get more money to be able to give more change. Now, if you want more, click the right hand corner for a binge-worthy playlist of all the concepts in this video broken down in each video in more detail. Finally, let's get into the fun stuff. Securing that bag at school, making those Benjamins. When to sell. The best time to sell would be before school, when everyone is arriving and scattered across campus. Usually the staff is not usually there, and they're probably just woken up and they're just not paying attention to all the students. So make sure you take advantage of the morning. Also, you want to sell in between classes. That's when I usually set up my pop-up shop. When everyone is walking around is a good natural barrier against teachers. So in the hallways or outside in the courtyard where there's a lot of people in between classes, it's a good way to sneak in a few sales every single time class lets out. If you're able to get away with it, I would highly recommend you sell during lunch. It's obviously the best time to sell because everyone is eating and everyone is hungry. So I want you to be there for your customers to be able to sell them and catch them when they're most ready and most susceptible to buy snacks from you. So sell during lunch if you're able to sell, but if it's too risky for you, if, for example, they don't let you stand up, I would skip lunch and sell in more sneaky times. And of course, after the day is done, I want you to stand near the buses, and as everyone walks towards you, I want you to set up another pop-up shop and just sell to people who pass by and get rid of your last supply. And if you take the bus, you can sell your snacks on the bus. Now, I would not recommend you sell during class, as the teacher may not agree with your snack selling and will get you in trouble, obviously. So only do this if you're completely sure about your teacher is cool, but I would not risk it, and I would keep your bag separate and not try to make any noise in class. It could draw a huge crowd and make a lot of noise. Approaching. So the first step in selling candy is overcoming the approach. Now, how do you start approaching? If you've never approached before, you could start off by approaching small, and over time you'll see how the word starts to spread around your school fast. You could simply tell them, hey, take a look at my bag. Hey, look at the snacks I have now. I'm selling. Let me know if you need anything. Pretty simple. Now remember, nobody's gonna get mad at you for approaching them for snacks. They might say no out of surprise. And that means now that they know, they might come up to you to buy later. So don't worry if they say no initially. If you want to start off small, start off by approaching your friends first. The people you talk to already every single day. Then you can start approaching acquaintances. People in your classroom. Now, you probably see them every single day, so you probably know their names. You're probably able to go up to them and offer them some snacks. Now, they probably seen you sell to your friends already, so they probably know already, and they're very likely to buy from you at that spot. Now, after you sold out to your entire classmates and the people around you in lunch, you could start approaching classmates that are not in your classes. You could start spreading the word. People you don't have that much contact with, but still go to your school. So you can start selling to them. Then after you've sold out to all those classmates, they all know that you sell, and at this point they're already coming up to you to buy without you having to approach. You could start approaching other grades, especially if your lunch has a combined grade section. So you could sell as much as possible and spread your name out there.
Alright, let me know. Hey, do you need any chips right now? Candy. Do you need any chips?
By maintaining consistency, you'll be able to spread the word fast, and let me tell you, once you develop the brand as a school dealer, people will start approaching you. And you could develop one of my best methods of selling candy, the pop-up shop, but more on that later. So remember, nobody's gonna be mad at you for approaching. They might say no for a surprise, but they will come back for you later. And they might beg for you to take their money to give them snacks. Now, if you want more info on approaching, click the right hand corner for my approaching playlist. I visited other schools and sold at their football games, so you could see me approach people that I don't know, and you just copy my methods. And of course I have footage of me selling in lunch as well. So go ahead and click that playlist, it's very valuable.
Hey, do you guys want to buy some chips? Alright, take a look.
Now, you can't get caught selling snacks at school because that would ruin your entire operation. So I found these are the main tenets that applies to all candy sellers that they need to follow so they do not get caught. Obviously, the first strategy of avoiding trouble is having common sense. and being smart about your snack sales. You obviously do not want to sell during class when it can make a lot of noise or draw a huge crowd. You do not want to continue a transaction without looking around your surroundings. This is crucial. One of the times I got caught was by selling in lunch to a person, and I thought nobody was looking. However, I turn around and there is the assistant principal looking straight at me, and they take my bag and take me to the office. Now, I don't want you going to the office just for selling carelessly, so make sure you look around your surroundings. Also, you want to disguise your snacks by blending in. Now, you gotta learn your school's strictness level. Is there a lot of athletes? Okay, go ahead and bring a duffel bag. Is the school strict? You're gonna have to hide it in your lunch bag. So, if you're an athlete, I would bring a duffel bag and have some clothes over it if you're not an athlete. If you are, I would put all your gear next to your snacks and hide it underneath it. So if a teacher asks what's in your bag, you could go ahead and say it's just your gear. And if what are the snacks for, that's for your teammates. So I want you to disguise your snacks as much as possible. I want you to learn the patterns of your teachers. Teachers usually follow a routine every single day, so I want you to learn the patterns. Where do they stand? What places should you avoid, and where do they not go? And where can you sell without getting caught? Just observe them and study them. Also, you want to sell where they're not obviously there, like in the bathrooms or busy hallways between classes when there's a lot of people passing by. Also, avoid large crowds. If you're creating too much attention, disperse them by saying, "Hey, I'll be right back," and just dip. Get out of there. Go to the bathroom and tell people, "Hey, I'll meet you in the bathroom," and just get out of the area. Make it not obvious, because if there's a huge crowd, that'll definitely get you caught. And also, avoid the people who do not like you at school. Now, this may be a personal problem, but they might snitch on you. So just avoid them and avoid the friends and their area. Now, let's get into the sales tactics that will really boost your sales at school. Firstly, use social media. Lay out your snacks nicely and then take a picture and then post it to your story with prices. This is the menu post. And just post this daily before school and during school. So when people see it on your story during school, they can swipe up and hit you up and meet you somewhere to buy snacks. Also, when someone buys snacks from you and they're clearly satisfied, go ahead and take a picture with them and post that to your story. That builds social proof, and people can just swipe up, be reminded to bring money, and buy from you. Essentially, you want to use social media to advertise your snacks. Also, you want to upsell your customers. This is the second sales tactic. Now, this is where having a good variety of snacks comes in handy. Now, if they buy hot chips, you could offer if they want a hot drink. Usually people accept. And if you combine this with a promo, you got a killer sales tactic right there. Also, you want to run promotions, as I mentioned. A good promotion I ran before was buy 3 chips and get a free Powerade. Overall, I made less profit per unit, but the transaction amount was huge, and it created huge hype for my business, repeat customers, and built and solidified my brand as the seller at school. So make sure you follow these easy sales tactics. Use social media, upsell your customers, and run promotions. This will create the marketing around your business and will solidify your brand. And at this point, people will start approaching you, making the sales process way easier. Now, here are some bonus reminders you need to remember when selling. Do not keep tabs with people. I don't keep any debt with people because it just causes too much trouble to think about it and to try to enforce it. It's very hard to enforce it. You can't contractually have people pay you back if you give them snacks. So if people say, "Hey, I'll pay you tomorrow if I get this," I usually tell them, "Let me think about it." And I just delay them. I don't reject them outright because they might get mad and tell on me. So I'll tell them, "I'll think about it," and just stall them till the end of the day until the next day. Bring money tomorrow. Second reminder is, if people try to get free stuff, you tell them again, "I'll think about it." "Hey, can I get some free candy?" Go ahead and just tell them, "I'll think about it." This calms them down. You don't reject them outright. They don't get emotional. You stall them till the end of the day and then try it again tomorrow. Also, another reminder, very important, is to have common sense with your supply. Don't leave it in a position where you could get robbed. I have several bodyguards protecting me at all times during my pop-up shop, several feet away. Just in case someone grabs my bag and runs, they're ready to chase them down. I pay them in free candy, so if you're able to do this, it really levels up your security. And obviously don't leave your bag where you could get robbed, and always take care of it. Part 3, the Candy Cartel Boss Mode. Now, you've been following part 1 and 2, and you've been getting consistent sales every day by repeating all the steps. You've been raking in a good amount of money right now and really securing the bag. But now it's time. It's time to activate Candy Cartel Boss Mode.
Candy Cartel Boss Mode activated. Initiating best snack selling strategies known to man.
Bribe your principal. Well, maybe just not yet. Number 1, hire your classmates. Why should you do all the work when you can make the classmates do the work for you? Now make sure you trust them and you're able to pay them a small amount and start them off small. So you could go ahead and pay them maybe 20 to 30% of the sale price, or you could go really deep and pay them and split it up the profit depending on what they sell. Now, you could start them off small, like $5 worth of supply. Now, if they successfully sell that off, you could go ahead and slowly start increasing the amount they have. Now, make sure you use the trusted members and just bring the supply for them at school, give them in the morning, and then at the end of the day, have a meetup spot and collect all the money. Now, make sure you pay them on commission. So whatever they bring and whatever money they have, you have them give you the money, you split up whatever commission, say 30%, you multiply it by 0.3, and then you give whatever the result comes up with. And of course, you keep the unsold supply. Now make sure you track this and make sure they're selling consistently just by writing down how much they sell and how much they bring back. Now, to really level up your Candy Cartel Boss Mode, you want to set up a pop-up shop. I call this the automated snack selling strategy. Now, you essentially want to find a place at school where there's a lot of foot traffic, but there's very little teachers. It could be a corner in the hallway or just right outside the buses. Now, you're gonna stand there and just set up. And then every single day, set up at the same place. Now, you probably see my footage. I set up at the same tree every single day in between classes. There's a lot of foot traffic, but there's not a lot of teachers because teachers usually stay inside the classrooms and just monitors don't pass by there. And also, I have some other things that protect me, but essentially you want to find a place where teachers can't catch you. You set up there every day and you advertise that on your social media, and people just start approaching you. People already know you're gonna be there, so if they want snacks, they go to you. So you post on your story shortly before that you're gonna start the pop-up shop, so people in class can see and go to you during the pop-up shop. This is a very powerful method, and if you're able to set one up, you're gonna be getting sales on autopilot. Believe me, this is the best way to sell snacks. You gotta set up a place where you set up every single day and just have sales on autopilot. A pop-up shop is super effective. Now, we're really getting into the end game here. I want you to continue selling as long as possible. I want you to establish a mega brand. Create some logos, create a brand name around yourself and all your employees. Create some content, and then maybe have a separate Instagram page your entire school can follow. And I want you to have everyone follow you when you sell them. Just go ahead and tell them, hey, go ahead and follow my new social media account. Build a massive brand around you. Now, if you're able to reach this level by having a lot of employees, having a profitable pop-up shop, destroying your competition, and just taking over your school, you're probably able to establish a mega brand where you're able to create some content about your snack sales, and that's when everyone knows that you sell at your school. Everyone knows about your employees, and every single day you rake in some serious cash. So the end game of your snack sales is to create a mega brand at your school. Everyone at my school has my catchphrase ingrained deep into their brains. I got what you need. So when they need snacks, when they have a craving, they know when to go to me. They know where to go, and they know how to get snacks. And essentially, that's how I get sales on autopilot. Everyone knows I sell, so people approach me. I literally just stand there in one spot and people come to me. That's the power of creating a mega brand. So you really want to reach this level. And how do you reach this? You reach it with consistency and with proper marketing and social media use. Now here's an epic bonus reminder. By now you should become epically powerful at your school, running a massive unstoppable operation Candy Cartel at your school, and you're the boss of it. But the last thing you need to remember is to be consistent and to believe in yourself. It all ends up at your mind. You need to truly believe that you can make it. Every single day that you see results, it's going to boost your confidence and you're going to become more powerful. The sales start rolling in, you start building momentum. I want you to truly believe in yourself that you could do it. Have that confidence in yourself and take that action. And by taking action, you'll start seeing victories. You'll start seeing results. And those results really snowball and further boost your confidence in this huge cycle of winning and victory. I want you to go there and sell the snacks at your school like the true Candy Cartel boss that you are. But the real last thing is to make sure you subscribe with notifications for more epic candy selling videos like this one, and follow my Instagram, papichulo.tv. I recommend you watch these videos next. Never forget, I always got what you need, and I'll see you at the top.